Caitlin McDougall writes, what are your favorite animal characters in movies you've watched? I know Matt quite liked the drunken pig in Sunrise. I did.
I like that guy too.
Considering our theme this month, let's talk about our favorite movie, Dogs and Cats.
Dogs and cats.
As far as cats go, it's kind of tough to top Keanu.
Oh, yeah, he was adorable. and you have a dog?
I do. It's kind of an obvious choice, I think, but I'm going to go with Asta from the Thin Man series. That dog, Skippy is his real name, was not just in that series, but in many other movies as well, including The Awful Truth and Bringing Up Baby.
I saw Toto in another movie.
Really?
The movie Fury, Fritz Lang's first American movie. He plays Spencer Tracy's dog, and he comes to a bad end.
Oh, no.
And Spencer Tracy goes total John Wick.
Apparently, Skippy was so smart that if he
wanted to go to law school, he could have.
I've got a bunch of movies that I've never seen before. You don't know what they are. Every episode, I'm going to spring one on you. It might be good. It might be bad. We'll watch it and talk about it. Welcome to the basement. Seeing as how Cecil was on our last episode, I thought the folks would like to get a look at Sadie here. Look how big she's getting. She's still a girl. Our theme for April is dogs and cats. I neglected to mention on our previous episode that we'd be watching a cat movie today.
But you could have figured that out from context clues.
Recently, Tona has completed construction on something known as a catio, which is a patio for cats. Not a lot of people would go through the trouble of doing this, but what can I say? We're cat people. But are we cat people?
I had a feeling it would be a movie that had the words cat people in it. There are 3.
Released in 1942, directed by Jacques Tourneur and produced by Val Lewton, the screenplay was based on a short story written by Val Lewton called The Baguita.
It's a gabagita, honey.
The film stars Simone and Kent Smith,
who could have been named Kent. Kent is a last name too, Kent.
Because of its incredibly tight budget, the sets from Orson Welles' The Magnificent Ambersons were reused. Cat People opened to mixed critical reviews, but it was such a huge box office success that it stayed in the theaters for so long that those critics who panned it were able to go back and re-watch it, and many of them rewrote more favorable reviews.
Ah, the recanting critics, my favorites.
For your gift last time, I gave you a quote-unquote pet, a wooden bird marionette named Woody Wobbler, which I understand that your infant son immediately destroyed.
Oh, yes, he did.
But the pet that I'm going to give you is alive.
Oh, where did you track these down? Sea monkeys.
Something your infant son can actually kill.
And drink.
It's dark over at the old leather couch, and I hear the padding of silent feet as if something is stalking up on me. It might just be cat people.
A petite European woman is drawing pictures of a jungle cat at the Central Park Zoo. Her name's Urena.
She meets Oliver Reed. That's how it's done, stupid. They hit it off immediately. She has resting flirt face. He goes with her back to her apartment.
Oh, yeah. Magnificent Ambersons.
You might be my first real friend.
Guy I met 10 minutes ago. She's from Serbia, and she tells him tales from her native land about witches and evil.
This is King John.
He drove the Mamelukes out of Serbia and freaked the people.
Freaked the people. Totally freaked them. It's like, check out this store, I'm gonna stab your mother. And they're like, no, don't. And he's like, kid, I'm kidding.
I'm just freaking you. Oliver is charmed by her creepiness and asks her out to dinner the following day.
Tomorrow?
Yes, that's a word. I recognize it. Ollie is a draftsman at a boat-making company. His partner is Alice.
They start dating. He buys her a little kitten as a present.
It's a second date with this Urena woman, and he got the traditional second date gift.
I didn't bring any food or a litter box or anything. You'll just have to take care of that yourself. But that kitten hates her. Now, don't let the cat out of this tiny shoebox, because they don't like that. They like to be confined.
You know, there's a philosophical and physical question of this cat being in the box. So the two of them go to a pet store, and all the animals freak out. Some animals just know people, says the old lady who runs the shop.
But they get a canary anyway.
This is it.
This is an animal that will hate and fear my girlfriend and won't be able to escape.
Oh, he is sweet.
Can we get a smaller cage? This cage is too big. Time passes, and they fall in love. But she doesn't let him kiss her for some reason. You know the phrase, she's a wild cat in the sack? Well, I'm a literal cat in the sack. Oliver says, that's okay. I'm in love and that's enough.
They get married right quick.
Must have been a very awkward wedding ceremony. You may now kiss the bride.
Alice has picked out a place for the reception. It's a Serbian restaurant.
Aha! Komitology!
You touch me, I kill you. There's a spooky lady at the next table. She looks like a cat. She stops over.
Moja sestra?
And this creeps her out.
She called me sister. What? So back home they go to not consummate the marriage because Irena thinks that if she ever gets in any way sexually aroused that she'll turn into a cat and kill anyone who's nearby.
But I want to be Mrs. Reed, really.
What I'm saying is I want you to freak me nasty.
I want to be everything that name means to me.
You know, like swamp plants. The thing you put in a saxophone to make it play. I want it to mean everything Reed is.
Time for you and me to go to the bone zone. The bone zone.
Good night, Irena.
Oliver is the living embodiment of blue balls.
Yep.
She also talks to this dopey zookeeper.
Hey, this is Stu. Welcome to the zoo.
This clown's also constantly forgetting about the keys that open the wild animal cages.
Nothing else to do. Nothing else to do.
Nothing else to stew. Nothing else to stew.
Irena is playing around with her bird one day and she kills the bird.
Oh, the symbol of my husband's sex life.
There is no getting physical in this marriage, so Oliver suggests that she see a psychiatrist. Dr. Judd hypnotizes her, and she tells him all about the cat people. These women who can transform into killer cats and do their dirty business. You're cured.
These things are very simple to psychiatrists.
We get cat people all the time. Werewolves.
These childhood tragedies are inclined to corrode the soul, to leave a canker in the mind.
But kissing might leave a canker on the lips.
Irena goes home to find Oliver and Alice hanging out.
Hello, darling. How'd you make out with Lewis?
I don't make out. That's my problem.
Alice reveals that she's the one who recommended Dr. Judd to Oliver. Irena is upset at this.
You betrayed my trust?
Oliver further confides with Alice at work.
Wait, let's have a cigarette first.
My preferred cigarette is Chesterfield's. They're recommended by my doctor.
Yeah, so when I have short-term memory loss, he says, smoke a Chesterfield.
Must be married.
You know what'll improve a difficult marriage? A pack of Chesterfields.
But you told me she seemed so anxious to be cured.
Apparently not.
The crushable water cooler cup is a handy dramatic device.
Yep.
Alice reveals that she's in love with him.
I don't know what love really is.
I want you
you
to
to
show
show
me.
We'll never be strangers.
We'll just have these erotic handshakes occasionally.
Irena,
Urena on my parade.
I ran into Dr. Judd today.
No, Irena.
Things at home are real tense. Oliver starts going to the office at night to get some work done. He goes to a cafe around the corner for a cup of coffee.
Maybe you'd like some nice chicken gumbo today.
No, thanks, Lenny.
And doesn't order the gumbo.
My goodness, don't nobody like chicken gumbo?
Irena calls the office and Alice answers the phone.
Hello?
I know you're there. I can hear you purring. Irena thinks that something funny's going on between the two of them. So she goes down to the office.
Here, Miss Agnew, a couple new matchbooks for your collection.
Oh, thank you, Miss Moore.
I will smoke them directly.
Alice meets Oliver at the coffee shop.
Take the gumbo.
Another day, another not sold gumbo bucket. Irena sees them together. He offers to walk her home, but she says, no, I can do that by myself.
Good night.
Oh, the handshake again.
On her walk home, Alice senses that she's being followed. She hears strange noises.
And the bushes start moving. And a cat growls.
Things are looking bad for her when suddenly, bus!
Nice work that, eh? It worked. You were a little bit scared.
Irena goes home. She's very upset.
No, please don't. Don't touch me.
I'm used to hearing that. She has a bath and goes to bed. And she has a dream. Cecil, Sadie, Cecil, Sadie. And the dream tells her to go steal that key. She does it because that zookeeper is a terrible zookeeper.
Stu's on break. Hope nothing bad happens.
Could I have the key for the swimming pool? Of course, dearie.
Can I have the key to the tiger cage? No, it's been misplaced.
Don't forget to turn the lights out when you're through, will you? I won't forget.
Don't forget. Shut up.
Is Miss Moore in?
She just went downstairs to the swimming pool.
Would it be all right if I went down to see her?
Sure, she's probably naked right now getting changed, so go ahead and see her. She hears a weird sound. She sees weird shadows.
Bus drives by. She's feeling like she's being chased. She dives into the pool. There's weirdness and shadows around her. She starts screaming, help me, help me. They run down, but all they see is Irena standing there.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong, my little kitty cat. It's just me. And the robe has been clawed to pieces.
Irena goes and sees Dr. Judd. He says, I can't help you because you are still believing in these cat people.
I have no secret. I told you everything. I have not lied to you.
I didn't hit you. It's bullshit.
Oh, hi, Oliver.
Lead a normal life.
Very sage psychiatric advice. Just be normal. Oliver, I have decided to be normal, and I will be a good wife to you. It sounds great, but I want a divorce because I'm in love with Alice.
I wanted to go, please. Go.
He could cheer her up if he only had a crackly ball.
Eat the damn gumbo. Alice and Ollie decide to consult with Dr. Judd alone.
Either have her put away for observation and restraint, or have your marriage annulled.
But you can't do both.
One cannot divorce an insane person.
Bad news for my wife.
I'll have the commitment papers drawn up and arrange an interview with Mrs. Reed at her apartment tonight. Shall we say 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock.
He and Alice are working late at the office when they hear these strange noises, and what do you know? There's a full-size panther right there. It creeps him around and menaces him.
They grab a T-square off the wall.
We've got to measure the panther to death.
And the shadow of it reminds the cat of Jesus, so the cat is scared off.
Irena's perfume. Strong, sweet.
Sexy.
And Serbian.
Miss Moore.
Yes, we've been trying to get you on the phone, Dr. Judd. I called your hotel.
We'd like you to meet us for gumbo.
Judd and Irena meet up again.
And he decides to really turn on the charm. He wants some of what she's got, and he kisses her. She turns into a panther and attacks him. Luckily for him, he's got a cane sword.
And then we get to watch some Hollywood shadow puppets going on as they fight. And she shreds Dr. Judd to death. Oh my god, the wallpaper in here is dreadful.
Irena sneaks out of the building. She's been injured. She goes to the zoo. She looks at the panther. She says, huh? What do you think? I'm kind of like you, right? Panther says, sure, I guess. Hey, I'm going to let you out of your cage. Cool. Knocks her down. He runs out into the street, gets hit by a car. Damn it.
And she immediately dies from the combination of the sword and claw wounds. Ollie and Alice discover Irena's body.
She never lied to us.
And they are left to their own devices. Possibly to go get married and have a marriage.
Cat people.
Yeah, how about that?
I got a little fun fact to start off our discussion here. The black leopard that is featured in this movie, his name was Dynamite, and that makes him Black Dynamite. I also learned recently that a panther is not a thing.
Yeah.
There's no such animal as a panther. Panthers are black leopards.
Oh.
This is one of those movies that you understand why it was remade. In 1942, they couldn't fully explore the themes of sexuality that are integral to this story. And so having a 1982 remake, I imagine that they were able to not necessarily tell the story better, but just to delve deeper into these ideas.
It's also interesting to watch this plot in 1942. You know, they couldn't say what couldn't be done, but everyone watching the movie knows. Even if you're a little kid, it's weird that they can't kiss. And the grown-ups are like, yeah, kissing's just the beginning.
Do you have anything to say about Miss Simone?
She is a very interesting person to look at. She's not your typical beauty.
She's very exotic.
Yes, she is.
And that's what that role needs.
Mm-hmm.
She's a bit wooden as an actor, but I think she brings everything to the role that is essential to it. Here's another fun fact about cat people. The horror movie technique of slowly building tension to a jarring shock, which turns out to be something completely harmless and benign, became known as a Luton bus.
It's such a nice moment. And it is the scream that becomes a laugh.
Yeah.
This movie came out a year after The Wolfman. This movie is so much scarier. I wasn't scared for a frame of The Wolfman, but there are some extended, creepy sequences in this.
And I also didn't feel cheated that I didn't get to see a transformation.
No.
Because this movie didn't need it.
There is a slight mystery of does she or does she not turn into a cat? When does she get the key?
She does not have the key before the walk home.
I think she has it before the pool, so there is the argument that she's also toting around this cat.
She just has this ability to control cats.
Yeah. They leave possibilities open.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot is made about the small budget of this movie and how he got so much tension out of so little. You don't see anything in the swimming pool sequence.
You do. There's a little bit of special effects. Did you miss that?
Which is?
There was a little animated shadow.
His crew knows how to get the tension. She's treading water. She's not standing in the shallow end. How long can she keep that up?
Those triangles of light that they're walking through on the walk through Central Park. Clicking heels on pavement is always scary when you're walking home at night.
You don't really register that Alice is noticing the clicking heels behind her, but you registered when they stop. The movie, like so many other great horror movies of the early sound era, serve just as well as a tragedy. I can't imagine walking out of this movie feeling scared, but you feel sad for Urena.
She left her native land to get away from this evil, but she can never escape the evil.
Yeah.
Because she is the evil.
That claw shot with the sofa.
That's great.
Yeah, I saw this movie for the first time over a decade ago. And probably once every 6 months I think of that shot. For like a second when she passes her hand over it, there's passion and regret in that little moment. When you gave your summary of the film, you said in the last shot,
And on dying, she turns into panther form. That's what I saw.
I saw Urena on the ground with her fur coat.
Well, Alice and Oliver show up and they say, I guess she wasn't wrong. So how would they know that if there wasn't a cat lying there with a coat on?
That is an interesting question. My junior high school was built in the 1920s, and they had an underground pool. And those things are just scary. There's no windows. It's just nothing but echoes. You're just surrounded by walls and a ceiling and a floor, and there's no world anymore.
Cat people, I give it 4 paws up.
Aw, meow.
If you haven't seen it, check it out. And now, check out Seen It. Alexander Harris Samuels writes Baby Driver for the acting, soundtrack, and action scenes. Seen it.
Seen it.
I wasn't crazy about this. This is my least favorite Edgar Wright movie. During the first 45 minutes or so of the movie, I was laboring to figure things out. And I didn't like that. Some movies that works. In this one, it didn't.
I didn't mind that. I liked the movie. And yet I would say it's my least favorite Edgar Wright movie.
What really caused me to like the movie is when Jamie Foxx shows up. He plays one hell of a villain.
Yes.
He just exudes menace.
Jamie Foxx, whenever I see him interviewed, I think he's a little bit crazy. I think he's just a little bit crazy. I was watching and I thought, this is one cliche after another. And then I thought, this is one cliche after another. This is exactly what Wright wanted to do. I'm going to do a car crime movie, and he's going to be an orphan. And this is going to be his last job, and he's not going to be able to get out of the business. And he's going to have this new girl, and it's his first girlfriend he's really in love. And so he just like ticks through every single thing that most action movies will do on accident. He does it on purpose, and it goes to show what style is all about. We're having a cliche party. Come on, everyone. Show up and the music's going to be great. Adil Colin says, The Beguiled. Seen it.
I assume he's probably talking about the new version by Sofia Coppola. I've seen both of them.
I have also seen both of them.
It's kind of difficult to talk about one without talking about the other.
Yes.
I wonder if this is a movie that really needed to be remade. I think the original version is pretty solid. I just feel like Sofia Coppola's version didn't have the teeth that the original one did.
It's very interesting to see the differences between the male-centered, male-directed movie and the more female-centered, female-directed movie. The acting was far better in the newer version, and also just the mood and the tone and the Civil War menace. I feel it a lot more in the Coppola version.
Which one did you see first?
I saw the Coppola version first.
I saw the Don Siegel one first.
All of my life, my mother has been talking about this horrible Clint Eastwood movie. I like Clint Eastwood, but he made this one movie.
He's much more of a creep.
He's very, very creepy.
And that's very effective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What did you think about her choice to eliminate the slave character?
It's a choice that she made. Obviously. Yeah. Well, her explanation was that the movie could only be so long.
The slave, I wish I knew her name and I didn't call her the slave, but has one of the best lines of the original movie.
Which is?
Clint Eastwood is in bed and he's talking to her and he says, you know, in a way, we're both slaves. And she says, yeah, the only difference is I can run. Tyrell writes, considering the building and expectations, I thought T2 Trainspotting was the film I enjoyed the most from 2017. Seen it.
Seen it.
I really liked it.
It was so good.
Yeah.
This is how you make a sequel, particularly a sequel in which
Time passes.
so much time has passed, but still immediately follows the ending of the previous story. This is the first time that they're reunited after 20 years, and all of their lives were ruined or made in that one moment at the end of the movie. Danny Boyle has not lost that youthful spark that he had back in the 90s. And how many directors can you say that about?
It was nice to see how the characters changed, in particular Begbie. Mm-hmm. I really loved the fact that he gave some humanity to the monster, but he's still a monster.
Yeah, like, he's scarier in this one.
You don't leave this movie forgiving Begbie for anything.
That Ewan Bremner fella who played Spud, he's in this next one as well. Emily Jacobs writes, Wonder Woman was such a letdown after so many people raved about it. There was absolutely nothing original or even interesting about the story.
Amen. Seen it.
Seen it, and I disagree.
I wasn't aware that Wonder Woman was basically the Incredible Hulk.
What do you mean?
I didn't know that she could just leap and destroy buildings just with the force of her body.
These are old buildings. They're over 100 years old.
At the end of the movie, she's flying.
What, she didn't have an invisible plane? Is that what you wanted?
You know what's funny about Amazons? They start out as little kids, and then when they reach their age of maximum sexual attractiveness, they stop aging.
I liked it a lot. I'd say that I was totally happy with the movie up until the ending, which I was just fine with, when it's her versus Ares.
Oh, and when she uses the power of love to defeat the bad guy, the power of love, Craig.
Yeah?
Give me a break.
What's wrong with the power of love? It's a curious thing. It makes one man weak. It makes another man sing.
Or perhaps it even makes that man weep. Whatever.
I don't care.
Also, I don't like Gal Gadot. Watching her is like watching a beautiful brick. Well, okay. If you're just going to shrug at everything I say, then I'm just going to stop talking about it.
The power of shrugs.
Slink on over to our website, welcometothebasementshow.com, where you will find all kinds of treats, such as our episodes and the PayPal donation buttons you can click on to donate to the show, a one-time or rolling monthly donation.
Has anyone done this recently that we would like to appreciate at?
Well, there's Matthew who says, December 2018 marks 10 years since I met my amazing girlfriend Olivia. She discovered your show in 2014, and barely a day passes when we don't watch, listen to, or quote one of your episodes.
Yeah, say hi to Olivia for us.
And Erica, who says, this was a special donation request from my husband, Sean, whose birthday is April 8th and wanted this as his birthday present, to donate to our show. What a generous guy.
Happy birthday, belated.
To find out who the rest of our donors are and to see the contents of our mailbag, we open up the mail on Unboxing, which comes out this coming Friday. Well, my heart is still racing from watching Cat People, and I know that you do as well. Watch this now.
Really, all of my favorite cats are the stage cats that dance and sing songs about themselves.
The Jellicle Cats.
The Jellicle Cats, yeah. So I'm a Rum Tum Tugger fan.
I'll bet.